The reports of my demise were greatly exaggerated. Truth is, I've been focused, working quietly on my original content, shaping stories the way I want them told. So what you're about to hear is part of that journey. I'll be reading each chapter as I write them. If you're here for polished perfection, this might not be your thing. But if you're here to follow a story that's being built, well, welcome aboard. Let's get into it. Mythspire. Blades of Honor. Prologue. The fire had started suddenly. The boy was alone in the house. His t-shirt smelled like smoke. His medium dark hair reached to his shoulder.
Mom! Dad! Where are you?
The boy's voice cracked through the smoke.
Where did you go? Brother, what is this? Why has this happened?
The fire roared around him, blistering hot.
Don't leave me all alone.
The young boy wandered through the burning town of Gedelhan, a quiet farming and mining village, now swallowed by chaos. Civilians ran in every direction, desperate to escape. No one knew how the fire had started. There had been no storm, no electrical surge. Nothing simple could have caused a blaze this massive, could it?
Has anyone seen my family?
The child cried out, but no one answered. They were too busy saving themselves to notice a boy who wasn't theirs. He kept moving, searching for a place untouched by the inferno. The scene was horrifying, especially for someone so young. Bodies lay scattered. Not all were burned. Some looked as if they'd been struck down by a blade. Then he saw her, a woman still alive, trapped beneath collapsing debris of a house. She spotted him.
Boy, what are you doing out here? It's too dangerous. You need to get to the mountain. It's safe there. Have you seen my family? He asked. No, child, I haven't. You need to think about yourself now. Do you hear me? But you're stuck.
Soldiers! Soldiers are here! A voice shouted in the distance. The boy rushed to help, trying to lift the debris off the woman. But the house groaned, threatening to collapse further.
No, child, stop! You have to go. Your family is probably at the mountain.
But I can't leave you. Mother raised me to help people.
That's brave of you, dear child. So be brave for me now. Go. The soldiers will get me out. I promise.
You're sure?
I'm sure. Please go.
The boy wiped his tears and nodded and obeyed. He turned away and began to climb toward the hardened mountain. The noise faded. No more screams. No more panicked townsfolk. Either they'd escaped, or the fire had taken them. He didn't dare look back. He ran fast and far as his little legs could carry him up the winding mountain trail. It was quiet, perhaps too quiet. Surely others from Gedelhan had made it to the evacuation point. But when he arrived, his heart sank. He was alone. Not a single from his town had made it out. He waited and waited.
Where is everyone?
Kael! Kael! Cadet Kael Vireth, are you paying attention? The bark of Supreme Sergeant Javak cut through the training yard like a whip. I've seen cadets like you come and go, all chasing the honor and privilege of joining Kael Thorne's elite. You think you've got what it takes to be one of the Blades? Yes, Supreme Sergeant Javak!
Well, you won't make a cadet, not if you keep daydreaming like that. Let me guess. You are off in La La Land, imagining yourself a hero saving a damsel, living some fairy tale fantasy. No, Supreme Sergeant. Well, la-dee-da, you think you're real special. Sure. You were recommended by Supreme Masterchief Thorne Albrecht, but let me tell you something. That means nothing in my army. No special treatment. You're out here daydreaming on your first day. I'll kick your ass right out of here if you want to wash out.
Javak paced, voice rising.
I hold every cadet to the same standard, no exceptions.
He paused, then snapped.
Zebs, Walden, Alaris, front and center.
2 cadets scrambled forward. Zeb's Husker sported bright blue mohawk hairstyle and mismatched streetwear. Black top, red pants, white stripes. Walden Slate had a regulation haircut, dressed in his uniform, nice and perfectly, fiery red hair, and the grace of a newborn deer. He tripped and stumbled, then stood stiffly.
Cadet Walden, get it together. There's no room for clumsy fools in my corps. Understood?
Yes?
Yes, what, Walden? I didn't hear you. Yes, sir. You don't sir me, Walden. I'm not some lazy pencil pusher like the Supreme Master Chief. Say it again and get it right. Yes, Supreme Sergeant. That's more like it. Now, Zebs, what the hell is that on your head?
Nothing, Supreme Sergeant.
That haircut is not regulation. Looks like a blue crane nested in your skull. I expect it gone by next assembly. And you're out of uniform to boot.
He turned.
Alaris! Alaris, where the hell is he?
Whoa, wait up, I'm here. Present and accounted for.
Wait again, Alaris. Lost your watch, I assume. For that, you and your squad mates will run the entire academy all day long. Maybe that'll help you remember next time.
Kael couldn't help it but laugh. Javak spun.
Glad your new squad mate thinks this is funny. You know what? Make it all night long as well. Get moving!
What an asshole, Kael thought.
You say something, Vireth?
No, sir.
That's what I thought. Move!
Nice going, you guy, Walden scoffed. Yeah, way to go, Vireth, Zebs added.
Hey, it's not all on him, Vireth muttered.
I was the one who was late, besides. We've all laughed at the Supreme Sergeant at least once. Oh yes, Kael thought bitterly. I'm really going to make friends here. Chapter 1. The field exam begins. 3 years had passed. September 17th, 300 hours, Wednesday morning. Kael Thorne Military Academy Headquarters. The Kael Thorne Academy stood like a dream, forged in steel and starlight. Though ancient, its architecture gleamed with precision, every surface polished, every angle deliberate. It wasn't just modern, it was mythic. A child might mistake its towering structures for a fleet of landed starships. They weren't, but they were beautiful, otherworldly in design. Soldiers patrolled the grounds in black and gold armor, bulky at first glance, yet surprisingly agile. Their battle helms were shaped like dragon skulls, an homage to the legendary Kael Thorne warriors who once bent the sun's fire to their will. They were called the Dragons of Mythspire, and their legacy lived on in every gleaming helm. Most of the academy slept. Only the night guard stirred. But the two figures atop the academy's central spire, the black and gold rooftop centerpiece, the day had ended. Kael Vireth stood ready, his broadsword drawn. The weapon was unlike any other. Had a split in the blade design, with a 3-inch segment removed near the tip. From the gap, 2 lines of solar energy pulsed, fused by rare sun gems, embedded in the hilt. The weapon, known as the Blazer, could slice through nearly any material on the planet. Its energy edge reducing wear and tear. It was a blade built for legends, and was the standard weapon of the blades. His opponent wore a white command robe over the standard blades uniform, sleek, agile, adorned with shoulder plates, bearing the sigil of the blades, a dragon's head crowned with a sword. Supreme Masterchief Thorne Albrecht, blonde hair sleeked back, stood poised. His weapon, the Coboro, was custom made, thinner than Kael's, built for speed, almost like a fencing blade, but deadlier.
Give me all you've got, kid, Thorne called out.
Kael's heart raced. This was his moment, his chance to prove himself to the man who had given him a place in the academy. He lunged forward, blazer flashing. Thorne dodged effortlessly, not even raising his sword.
Not bad,
Thorne said, sidestepping.
But your footwork needs work.
He blocked Kael's next strike, locked his arm, and swept his legs. Kael hit the ground, but rolled with the momentum, springing back to his feet. Rain began to fall, slicking the rooftop as the duel intensified.
Tired already, Kael? I thought you had more than that.
You sure you don't need the rest, sir?
You smartass, I'm not that old.
Their blades clashed again. Thorne was clearly superior, his movements precise, his style refined, but Kael fought with instinct, grounded and unpredictable. He slammed the blazer into the rooftop, using it as a pivot. Handstanding on the hilt, he launched a kick that caught Thorne off guard. The Coboro slipped from Thorne's grip. Kael seized the moment, yanking the blazer free, raising it high, only to freeze as a pistol appeared in Thorne's hand. Kablam! Kablam! 2 shots struck Kael in the chest, sending him sprawling. Thorne stood over him, the Coboro now pointed at Kael's throat.
Nice try, kid. Better luck next time.
He offered his hand. Kael groaned. Oh, come on, that's cheating. I had you beaten. If you fought honorably, I'd have won. Thorne helped him up.
Yes, in an honorable duel, you might have won, but enemies don't fight fair.
Yeah, I get it, but this was just a friendly spar.
How you train is how you fight in the battlefield. Even in sparring, treat your opponent like an enemy. What is the enemy's intent?
To stop me from achieving mine, Kael replied, uncertain.
Correct.
The most efficient way to do that? To kill me in battle?
Exactly, so what must you do?
Recognize their intent and stop them first.
Thorne nodded. Whether it's training, war, or chess, your opponent is your enemy. They have an intent to defeat you. If you recognize it first, they'll never beat you. You wanted to win in swordplay. I saw that, so I drew my pistol. My intent was to win by any means. That's why you lost. He smirked. Lucky for you, I didn't use live rounds.
Thorne laughed. Kael joined in, though less enthusiastically.
Hey, don't sweat it, Kael. Go rest up. I've recommended you for today's field exam. If you pass, you'll join the Blades, the elite warriors of our empire. You'll command battalions. You'll fight on the war front.
Kael's eyes lit up. Wow, you're the best, Thorne! I'm honored, sir.
Don't make me regret it, kid. Assemble with the other candidates at 900 hours. That's 6 hours from now. I suggest you use the time wisely to rest.
Sir! Kael snapped to attention, gave Kael Thorne a salute. Kael wandered the academy grounds, taking his time before returning to his dorm. The night air was cool, quiet, till a voice called out from behind him. Kael! Hey! Kael Vireth! He turned, spiky red hair, cocky grin. It was Ramus Alaris. So it's true, Ramus said, catching up. You're taking the field exam. Going through with it. Gonna be one of the Blades, eh? Kael nodded. Yeah, it's been my dream for as long as I can remember. Ever since the day I was brought here. That's right, Supreme Masterchief Thorne Albrecht himself brought you in. Must be wild being trained by the legend himself. Kael smiled faintly. I'll never forget the day I met him, Kael continued, voice dropping. It was terrifying. He looked away, his eyes distant. My hometown, Gedelhan, was destroyed. Everyone wiped out. A fire tore through the village. People dead in the streets. I ran to the mountains, the emergency evacuation trail. More bodies. At the summit, no one. I was alone. Years earlier, Gedelhan evacuation summit. Kael sat curled atop the mountain, sobbing into his knees. Father, big brother, they're all gone, all dead. What happened? I don't understand. The cold bit at his skin. The flames below still raged, devouring his town. He was powerless. This has to be a nightmare. That's it. I'll wake up in my bed. I'll play with my friends. I'll help Father. Rustling. Kael's thoughts shattered. Leaves shook. Bushes trembled. From the undergrowth emerged a creature. The Hamuncha Tails. It was feline, but larger than any tiger. Its sleek, dark blue body rippled with speed, 3 golden tails swirling behind it, each tipped with a claw like a hooked blade. It growled, hungry. Kael froze. Oh, please, go away! The beast roared, circling him, preparing to pounce. Then a flash. A man stepped between Kael and the predator. Blonde hair, sleeked, armor. Thorne Albrecht. The Hamuncha Tails lunged, clamping its jaws onto Thorne's armored forearm. He didn't flinch. Kid, get behind that rock! Thorne barked. Kael scrambled, clinging to the boulder, eyes wide. Thorne threw the beast off with sheer force. It landed, snarled, and charged again, straight into the waiting blade of Koboro. One strike, the creature dropped. Thorne turned to Kael. Calm and composed. You're safe now. Kael stared, trembling. As it stands, you're the only survivor of the Virium resistance attack. You can start again in the next town, or you can come with me. He knelt beside the boy.
I can give you the tools to stop the Virium threat, to end their monstrous reign once and for all. What do you say?
A week after the attack, I was brought to the academy. Kael said quietly. Started as a student, became a cadet. Remus Alaros whistled. Damn, Kael, that's a crazy story. And meeting the Supreme Masterchief like that? That's legendary. Oh, sorry about your town. Those Virium bastards. They kill without reason. That's why we fight them, right? Yeah, that's why. So you're infantry now? Kael asked. Yep, right where the action is, Remus grinned. But that's not why I came to find you. Kael raised an eyebrow. And why? Well, about that field exam today. Turns out myself, Zebs, and Walden are your squad mates. Ain't that great? The old squad back together, just like old times. Kael groaned. Oh, joy. At least Javak isn't coming, Remus added. Kael perked up. Really? Yeah, he'd been deployed to the front lines. He's long gone. So now, we report to you, Captain. Captain? Condition of the exam, Remus explained. Future Blades material. You're being tested, not just as a fighter, but as a commander. You'll lead us out there. Hope your social skills have improved since we first met. Kael smirked. Don't count on it. He saluted Remus and continued toward his quarters. After a quick snack, he laid down, staring at the ceiling. Sleep refused to come. The field exam was only hours away. His first real battle. Most warriors feel this before combat. Even seasoned veterans, but for Kael, last time he felt this restless was during his first week at the academy, haunted by memories of fire, of loss, of the night Gedelhan burned. The Virium soldiers had done that. They'd taken everything. Eventually, sleep came, not from peace, but from purpose. In his dreams, vengeance burned brighter than fear. And that was comforting. That was enough. His dreams were vivid, fragmented, strange. The kind that defy logic. One moment he was in one place, the next in another, then another. Dreams are like that. Slip through time and space. Too long and too late to hold on to. Maybe that's why most people forget them. How can you chase a dream and can't even remember them? But Kael remembered this one. He was back in Gedelhan. Not the charred ruins he'd fled from, but whole, repaired, restored. It felt like someone had glued the town back together with memory and longing. The harvest fields were golden and full. His family home stood proud. Festival banners danced in the wind. Music echoes from the square. People laughed, celebrated. His parents were there, his older brother. Even the woman he tried to save that night. The town burned, all of them alive, all of them smiling. Kael was at peace. If this was the afterlife, he thought, he could live with that. It was perfect. Too perfect. Even here in this dream world where nothing had gone wrong, he was still one of the Blades, still honored, still whole. But then he saw it. the mountain trail, the evacuation path from the town square. He could see the summit, and there, standing atop, was Supreme Masterchief Thorne Albrecht. Kael's heart lifted. Without hesitation, he ran toward him. "Master Chief," he called. "Isn't it wonderful? The town's untouched. My family, friends, my neighbors, they're all okay. You should come down and join us." Thorne didn't move.
Why would I do that?
Kael blinked. "What do you mean? You're my mentor, my friend. Are you okay?" Thorne's eyes narrowed.
You're still that foolish child I found here. Still unable to see what's right in front of you.
He raised his sword and stabbed Kael. Before Kael could react, the dream shattered. He was somewhere else now, a realm of nothingness. No light, no sound, just void. His sword, the blazer, was drawn, but it felt meaningless here. Then came the echoes. "Soldiers are here! Soldiers are here!" Voices, familiar voices. The town people, the ones who didn't make it out. Kael dropped his sword, covering his ears, squeezed his eyes shut. "No, stop! That's enough! I can't take it! Shut up!" He screamed into the void, and then silence. But silence was no comfort. It was just another kind of madness. He opened his eyes. A woman stood before him. Radiant, ethereal, unlike anything he'd ever seen. Her long, light blue hair shimmered like moonlight. Her white dress glowed softly, as if woven from starlight. She stood so close, their bodies nearly touched. No more than a magazine's width between them. She reached out, gently cupped Kael's face, stared into his eyes. Her gaze was deep, knowing, matching his own. Then she spoke. 3 words. Kael jolted awake, an hour before his alarm was set to go off. But this dream he wouldn't forget. Not this one. And those words echoed in his mind like prophecy. Find the truth? Kael didn't have time to dwell on dreams. It was exam day. 10 candidates stood at the front gate of Kael Thorne Academy, each flanked by their assigned squads. Only 4 would be accepted into the Blades, the elite warriors of the Kael Thorne military. The rest, either rank advancement or cannon fodder. Kael scanned the crowd. No sign of Supreme Masterchief Thorne Albrecht. Instead, another man stepped onto the podium. Dark-haired, moustache, regulation haircut, dressed in a stiff officer's uniform that screamed bureaucrat more than battlefield. His name was Commandant Gullister. He cleared his throat and addressed the candidates.
You've been brought here to take part in today's exam. Do not take this lightly. This will be no easy task. Some of you may not make it back alive. But if you remember your training, work together and stay sharp, maybe, just maybe, you'll survive. And if you do, glory awaits. He paused. This year, 10 candidates are trying out for the Blades. Only 4 will be chosen. The rest of you are here to increase your rank. I wish you all the best. Now a few words from the director. He stepped aside as another figure took the podium. Director Levinson, an older gentleman whose hair had gone grey, in his 50s, wore a light grey suit. "Welcome," Levinson said. "You represent the shining example of what this academy stands for. No matter what you face out there,
I know you'll do your duty. You'll make us proud. As you exit the front gate, Levinson added, you'll find transports waiting. Meet your supervising instructor and prepare to deploy to the city of Dolengaga in the western sector.
Kael's heart sank. They weren't kidding. This wasn't a simulation. Dolengaga was a war zone, occupied by Virian rebels. He glanced at his squad. They looked just as nervous.
Your objective, Levinson continued, is to secure your assigned sector. Eliminate all hostiles, lock down key locations. Early this morning, each squad received a map detailing their zone. You are not to deviate from your assigned paths. Best of luck. Dismissed.
Kael and his squad mates, Ramus Alaris, Zeb's Husker, and Walden Slate, moved towards the gate. Kael, Zeb's called out. Long time no see. Look at you. Not quite the same little squirt you were back in the cadet days. Kael smirked. Come on, let me see it, Zeb said. You know what we want. Show us the blazer. Kael hesitated, then noticed the shared excitement in their eyes. He unsheathed the weapon. The blazer gleamed. Its split blade, designed, glowing faintly with solar energy. That thing's beautiful, Zeb said. Too bad it's damaged. Kael chuckled. It's not damage. That semicircular gap is part of the design. Seriously? Walden asked. Looks like the fingered snap. If it were made of basic materials, sure, Kael explained. But with sun gems empowering it, that gap actually becomes a hook. It enhances cutting power, melts through armor, slices clean, and it's tactical. If someone comes at me with broadsword, spear, staff, anything really, I can trap it. I can trap their weapon in that gap and disarm them. Whoa, Ramus said. That's insane! I'm not fighting that thing, Alaris muttered. I'll give it a shot, Walden said, drawing his weapon, then promptly tripping over his own feet. Kael smiled. Alright, Walden, just don't hold back. Walden lunged, and Kael moved with precision. One graceful motion, the blazer caught Walden's own blade, twisting and disarmed him cleanly. Damn, Zeb shouted, that thing's cool! Hey, a voice barked. You kids done playing? They turned. A stern man stood at the gate. Major Mullis. Their supervising officer for this exam. You're already falling behind. Get your butts in the transport before I fail you on the spot. Yes, sir. They shouted, scrambling aboard. The other transports had already left. Thanks to their delay, Kael's squad was last. Not a good start, Mullis muttered. Just so you know, your evaluations have already begun. What? Walden asked. We haven't even left the base. The exam started the moment you were dismissed, Mullis said. Should have known better.